Only the strong will survive. The weak will get phased out and replaced. Welcome back to another episode of Mars Day with Mark. 1 year in the making. You may love what I'm about to say. You may hate what I'm about to say or what I've already said. I don't give a fuck how you feel. Do something with this information. Mr. Meyer with the fire, here to share ideas and take the collective vibration higher. We've been doing this astrology podcast for a whole fucking year, guys. So if you've been rocking with it for a second, thanks. If you're new here, welcome to the Temple of Scorched fucking Earth. Let's get it, guys. Let me give you a little itinerary for how this is going to go, and then we'll just break it down. How's that sound? So, if you guys enjoy this video at any point, definitely leave a like, comment, interact with this on some level. If you really love this shit, if you really love me and the work I'm doing, share this shit, man. Put it on your story, share a post, get the word out. Some of you guys needed to become astrologers yesterday. You hear me? Sitting on all this talent and information and skill like an armchair revolutionary. That doesn't make sense. Don't shoot the messenger. You couldn't if you wanted to, but let's get it, guys. What we're going to do first is the degree breakdown. This is Mars Day with Mark. So that's Tuesday to Tuesday. We're filming this midnight on the dot. The chart is a little bit lagged out, but let me fucking run it up 5-6 minutes. There will be swearing in this video. So if you want to protect your kids or virgin ears, maybe you want to put some headphones on. But here's how this shit's going to go, guys. Tuesday to Tuesday. So we start at June 4th, and then we're going to end June 11th. And that's Tuesday to Tuesday. So I'm going to run through the degrees, and then we're going to take an interactive walk through the solar system. And that's basically how this is going to go. So first of all, weather forecast. I'm going to run the degrees, the placements of the planets, and then we'll just start walking through the sun, the moon, Mercury, Venus, Mars, Jupiter, etc. And that's going to be amazing. So we're not going to stop there. Saturn, Pluto, Uranus, Neptune, not necessarily in that order, but let's get it, guys. So today, as I'm filming this, my local ascendant is 11 degrees of Aquarius. Don't trip about that. Don't worry about the houses because that's going to be different depending on where you guys are. And if you're new to the jargon, new to the study of astrology, definitely hit the link in my description and join Simplified Astrology or go get my free book. Change your life. Today, the sun is, what the hell? Okay. The sun is at 14 degrees of Gemini. We have the moon at 13 degrees of Taurus. We have Mercury entering the sign of Gemini today, 1 degree. Venus is in Gemini at 13 degrees. Got a certified stellium going on. We've got Mars at 26 degrees of Aries. We have Jupiter at 2 degrees of Gemini. That's that stellium I was just telling you about. Saturn is at 18 degrees of Pisces. Uranus is at 24 Taurus. We've got Neptune, at 29 degrees of Pisces. Can this thing move any fucking faster? And then we've got Pluto at 1 degree of Aquarius moving retrograde. Black Moon Lilith is at 27 Virgo. The North Node is at 12 degrees of Aries. South Node is at 12 Libra. 1 week from now, guys, we will see the sun move to 20 Gemini. You guys know the sun moves about 1 degree every day. So that's cool. Sun will be in Gemini. We're going to have the moon at 17 degrees of Leo. And we'll talk about the phase pretty soon. We're going to have Mercury at 16 Gemini, Venus at 22 Gemini, Mars will move to 1 Taurus, and then we've got Jupiter at 3 Gemini, Saturn at 19, Uranus still at 24, Neptune still at 29, and Pluto still at 1. And then, Lilith is moving up and up and up, like a minute away from 28. Nodes are basically in the same spot. So what the fuck does that mean? That was a lot of numbers, a lot of jargon. Let's run it back. I'm actually thinking that I might stop the share for a second and then fix something in the chart and make it a little bit more detailed. Yeah, I got you guys. So I'm still recording as far as I know, but I am going to adjust this, animate it, and I'm going to share again. Share screen, animated page. Let's go. Here we are, guys. Back at it. Like a crack addict. Add it up like mathematic. Let's go. Whew. Fuck this job, man. I'm gonna just stop astrology, become a rapper. Don't think I won't, man. The power of intention. Words are spells. I just spoke that out into existence. Can't hold me down. I'm Pluto and Sagittarius. I digress, guys. So, what's this week looking like? The sun. Let's start with the sun, guys. We really are about to end spring and we're about to move into summer. If you're in the northern hemisphere, if you're in the southern hemisphere, that's going to be completely the opposite. But just understand, guys, that while the sun is in Gemini, we're going to have some fucking fun. Gemini is all about interacting. And you may be a Gemini. So if you are, happy birthday, celebrate your life. I hope you're feeling bright, excited to live, regardless of where your sun sign is. Just understand and know that you have Gemini in the chart. And as the sun transits Gemini, this part of your life will be highlighted. So it's wise to know what house Gemini occupies, okay? Consider the vibrations raised. Gemini is the first dual sign. So what I really take from this, and I see every year, and we see more and more, guys, is that variety is a key theme of this season, this month. We're halfway through the month of Gemini. So we've got roughly 2 weeks, a little bit more than 2 weeks, 16 days, if you really do the math, if you're watching the day that I'm filming this. So interacting with the world differently, choosing to change, not being so rigid and flexible and stubborn. Go with the flow. This is a mutable sign. And that just means it's adaptable. It's able to synthesize and change. So that's the spirit. That's the sun. That's the one. Before I go any motherfucking further, because I love you, I'm going to really repeat this shit. You probably heard this before. As above, so below, so within, so without. The principle of correspondence states that everything is energy. And because there's levels to this shit, what happens on one level will affect the levels above and below. So that's the same reason that you could look at these stars and these planets and their transit and their patterns and recognize that it corresponds to your ass. All right. So the sun is the spirit. The sun is the soul. It's the ego. And the ego could be considered to be a container for the latter, the soul, the spirit. Okay. This is the gift of life. How long could you live without the sun? Riddle me that. Not very fucking long in this form. So this is what we need, guys. This is what drives us forward. This is the light we receive. This is how you perceive and interact with life right now. And there's a lot to think about with the Gemini energy. So this is a hard fucking week. Let me just break it down right off the rip, guys, because this may look like a lot of numbers, symbols, shapes, like modern art. I was trying to find a better phrase. Like it's very subjective, avant-garde. You might not be seeing this how I see it. So I want to draw your attention to what really matters, guys. This week, the sun has some powerful aspects. And I warned you last time about this shit, but I'm going to tell you now, right off the fucking rip, because this is going to be the most prominent theme and aspect. Understand, guys, that because the sun is so fucking big, same thing with the moon, these transits are going to have a more overriding significance in all of our lives. Yes, it matters what Pluto's doing and what Mercury's doing and what Venus and Mars are doing. But when I say size, they're big. I'm talking about the perspective from Earth. These are the luminaries, the biggest lights in the sky. So the sun, again, correlates to our life. And whatever happens to the sun in transit or aspect or egress, ingress is going to really affect our vital force, our sense of self, our joy, our happiness, the life force. All right. And hey, guys, pressure. That's the one word this week is fucking pressure. And pressure can do one of two things, guys. It can make a diamond out of you or it can bust your fucking pipe. Only the strong will survive. The weak will get phased out. Who do you want to be? You have options in this life, so never choose to be fucking weak. We have no mercy, pity, or sympathy for those who choose to willfully participate in their own fucking detriment. These motherfuckers cry the loudest, they scream the hardest, and then they want to negotiate their betterment when shit has already hit the fan. We have no fucking sympathy for them, dude. Literally, you get what you give, man. You have to be investing in yourself. And this is cold and dry, Hear it from Mr. Meyer, who loves you, so Saturn doesn't beat your fucking ass. Don't mistake my passion and aggression for hatred. This is love. If I didn't love y'all, I'd go smoke weed and diddle my fucking fiddle all fucking day and be a bum and collect welfare. Fuck that shit, man. I love y'all enough to start a business and share the truth. All right. And this is a message that comes from somebody born with Saturn square the sun. This shit is not necessarily fun, but it is empowering and it's very fun when you realize the gift and understand the opportunities presented to you. And why am I being so negative? That's the question I hear from the void, the ether. Because I need to be understood, man. Let me break this down. The sun is life. We get that. Saturn is what? And this will preface us for the Saturn transit as we walk up through the solar system. When you look at Saturn within its natal position in your chart, and even in the transit, you'll see the correspondences, boundaries, limitations, structure. Even the planet itself has a giant fucking ring around it, guys. And this is the last planet you can see without the aid of the telescope. So that's going to say those two facts say that the correspondences are all about limits. This is about the real objective world. Saturn is paradigms, how you see reality. Okay. So something's got to give, guys, between the sense of obligation, fear, or reality, aka Saturn, and the spirit of life, joy, and expression, Sun. So a lot of people are going through the worst shit right now, guys. And I can feel it in the energy because, again, I am this type of person. And let's give it up for one fucking year of Mars Day with Mark, guys. Nobody made me do this shit. So many times I didn't want to do this shit. So many times I was almost late, or I would post that shit in the night and then it would be up on Wednesday. No, this shit is like starting the minute Tuesday starts. We're not fucking around anymore, guys. We're about to evolve again. It's not even the final form, guys. Get serious about your life. That's really what Saturn Sun is about, is that a lot of us feel isolated right now. And this is going to be a theme of the, not the month, but the week. You'll have the sun go square to Saturn twice a year. Okay. You know, once in about a week from now, but then after that transit, give it 180 days, you're going to see it again, give or take. I would say basically give, but this means that the ego and the fears fight against each other this week. And you're going to have to overcome in some way, shape, or form. The result of this square usually is being overly cautious, having too much self-control, painting a picture of life or yourself or the world that's way too fucking negative. Okay? And if you can make peace with the reality of that, you'll be able to rise up pretty fucking easily. Life is difficult enough without walking on stilts with a stick up your ass. So choose to have some fun this week and make adjustments. But let's be real, guys. Saturn is in Pisces. So this is like not me jumping the gun, but I'm just going to give it to you straight, guys. Quit fucking escaping your life. It's okay to be overwhelmed. It's okay to be frustrated, but it's not okay to disrespect the gift of life. Whatever the fuck that means to you, man. Don't be ungrateful for your life so much that you want to end it or escape it. Make a fucking change, man. You're not always going to get your way. And that's what I see a lot of in this world is just babies blubbering, claiming that they need support and structure or that life isn't fair when in reality, they just haven't gotten their way. And instead of creating a new way, they just want the world to fucking bend over backwards in reality to reframe for their bullshit perceptions. Like life and art should just imitate me. No, fuck that, man. Build. What are you giving the world? And this is a character development week, y'all. No matter where you go in your life, even outside of this week, anywhere you go, there the fuck you are. You will never escape yourself. Even outside this life, you are an eternal soul. Don't ever fucking forget. So no matter how hard life gets, it will never end. Even when you're gray in the face 80 and your spirit leaves your body, you will never fucking die. Remember that, okay? So your best bet right now is to build a fucking life you don't have to escape from, okay? Can you receive that? Can you imagine that? Can you put that plan into action? What actions do we need to take to ensure that we live a better life? This shit is mad depressing, y'all. Sun square Saturn. But that's how we get wealth. That's how we get a diamond. That's how we get a shine, is being able to create and evolve our paradigms. Okay? We are influenced and conditioned by the world in the past. Get with the program, man. Learn how to direct energy so you don't get stuck on Windows XP when we're all upgrading to Lenovo Vista, Maca. What he's like, what the, you see what I'm saying? It's like a different language, different operating system. It's like, don't get left behind, man. Evolution is the only solution, and self-mastery is the only fucking success. A lot of motherfuckers are intrinsically motivated and they rise to the top. More people are extrinsically motivated, meaning all they want to do is be appeased by the outside world or get rewards. Intrinsic means internal. So when you value and love yourself, when the self-love is real, the bullshit doesn't entertain you. The distractions piss you the fuck off. I just see a lot of people not willing to do the work. They want to do everything but the work, do the least and get the most. And that's backwards, man. And then you feel like a victim of your life that you create. Nobody's coming to save you, man. That's the end of the story. I could end the video now, but I don't want to. I want to really give a holistic picture and make sure we feel good about this shit, man. Because if you can make peace with Sun Square Saturn, the fact that you suck and you fuck up your own life and all your restrictions are self-fucking created, it's all up. It's all downhill from here, not uphill. It's downhill from here. You fucking suck. I'm a winner. I'm a prolific self-published author. I've met my idols. I've changed hundreds, if not thousands of lives, and I still think I fucking suck. Why? Because I'm miles, light years away from where I need to be. I'm here right now. Don't forget that, man. And don't ever try to discourage someone who's doing better than you, by the way. I just want to say, I don't want to see those comments in my chat. Definitely not. Even my heroes think they suck. So let's do better, gang. Let's just commit to being better. Superior conduct creates a superior existence. Who knew success tasted like shit? But when you do today what others will not do, tomorrow you'll have what they can't. And that's the gift, okay? And the real beautiful thing about this intrinsic motivation factor, this character development, is that ultimately that breeds sovereignty, self-mastery, freedom from external control, and then you get to become a better leader. And the truth of the matter is, guys, we're all leaders. We all have energy. So whether you conceive of yourself as a leader or not, or identify with that title, energy is everything. We're exchanging with the universe at all times. So be very fucking clear with yourself this week, whether you're in a crowd of people or you just soloed up, because a lot of people are going to try to retreat this week. And you guys who are willing to stand the heat, Fire Family, you're not going to fucking do that. You're going to lead the pace. You're going to lead the race. You're going to set the pace. You're going to lead by example, and you're going to show other people to be their true fucking selves. A lot of fake people are about to be exposed. And that's every day, bro. But that's what I'm seeing, is that, you know, you're either going to rise the level of what's necessary or you fall to the level of complacency, man. And it's okay to fail. Failure is necessary, but don't be so fucking afraid of failure that you never try. Don't let perfect be the enemy of good this week, guys. Just show the fuck up every day. And it's okay to take a break. It's okay to slow down, but don't fucking stop. Find a rhythm. Do your thing, man. March to the beat of your own music. But also, have some rhythm, please. Please have some rhythm, man, because we are going to hear that shit. All right, make it a good song. On a lighter note, guys, the sun is conjunct to Venus this week, and that's pretty nice. But you get what you give, man. So like, it's great to start this with Saturn because it really does add context for this week, guys. At the end of the week, you'll see the sun at 20 and you'll see Saturn at 19. So like I'm saying, guys, on the next Tuesday, on the 10th, or I should say the 11th, rather, you will see us break out of this square. So make peace with discipline, make peace with responsibility, and strive to see the world in a positive light. And then you're going to really be so grateful for the beautiful week that you've had. Can we make this the best week of our lives, y'all? Yes, we fucking can. And the sun square Saturn does feel kind of lonely, y'all, where you may even prefer to be by yourself. So recognize that And a lot of times, and I would say especially this one, it may be your own love and respect that you're looking for more than anything else. So try not to seek outside of that self for what you need. Yes, we live in a society. Yes, we live in a world. And yes, you will have to do some things that you don't like. And life isn't always about getting what you like, man. It's not always about having it your way. It's about doing what's required. It's easy to feel entitled to shit when you've been given so many blessings and so many privileges in this life. Trust me, it's easy. Okay. But the truth of the matter is, guys, we're entitled to nothing besides an opportunity to earn what's ours. And that's as far as it fucking goes. So this week, I encourage you to embrace the intrinsic motivation, to embrace the internal locus of control. Know and recognize that you always have a choice. Never will you not have time. Let's not do a double negative. You always have time, and time and energy are inextricably linked. So if you're not where you want to be in life, it's your own misuse of your time. Think smarter, outsmart your problems, guys. Gemini Sun is here for a reason. A lot of breakdowns happening for people, aka you're breaking the fuck through, and I'm proud of you. A lot of people killed themselves yesterday, y'all. Look at the statistics. You didn't. Keep fighting, okay? Keep fighting every fucking day. Don't ever be so ungrateful for your life you want to end it. And I speak from experience, guys. I've had to come back over and over and over and over again and deal with the same shit I avoided. Don't fucking end it, okay? Straight up. So that got dark, but hey, man, if you can stand in the dark, you can become the light, okay? The sun is conjunct to Venus this week, man, and that's all about experiencing love. And you hear people say love is all you need. I'm inclined to disagree. What about money? Imagine paying your fucking bills with love. It's not going to happen, not anytime soon. So the sun is also conjunct to Venus saying, go get that money, man. Go embrace your needs. Pay attention to your fucking needs, guys. Sun conjunct to Venus. And also recognize your need for self-love. And remember that self-love is a spiraling path, meaning it keeps going and you have to show up every single day. And you will never sustain your life on yesterday's self-love. AKA you start at zero every day. You have to reinvest every moment. The things you do, and this is really back to the Saturn conversation, guys. The way you manage your time, the way you manage your resources, this reflects your paradigms and your values, which are two different things. And they cooperate. And they show you the actions you take, how you see the world, and what you're willing to indulge in, what matters to you. You feel me? So, in addition to the sun square Saturn, guys, this is like the major aspects of the week that I'm seeing. Don't neglect these. Pay the fuck attention. The Venus will also square Saturn. And that's a whole different conversation, y'all. 1,000% different. We may have to wait a second and get into that. We'll probably get into that later when we go to Venus, but let's just keep it light for now, and we'll we'll come back. Sun Venus, guys, just says that don't look outside of yourself for the things that you can provide. When you focus on your resources and the things that are good about you this week, circumstances will improve. So make sure that you do that. Love and embrace yourself and tend to your relationships, y'all. The sun is about beauty perfected, living life to the fullest. And this is the theme of our relationships this week, y'all. Gemini is ruled by Mercury, so communication is key. And this is going to really prompt many of us, without even knowing about the astrology, to have this need, or I should say a desire. We're going to feel the need to talk to people, to get it off your fucking chest, to really communicate, to build mental bridges of understanding when it comes to our relationships, okay? And I'm going to repeat this, not to be verbose or redundant, but Venus, by definition, the true archetypes, the true language is saying the need for variety. Switch shit up, man, because things can get boring. And when they become boring, you can get despondent and then become depressed. And that's not any way to live. Life is what you make it, man. And if you get so conditioned by your patterns, it may be hard to make changes when they're necessary, all right? Pictures are worth 1,000 words, and I'm a 12th house Mercury motherfucker. I'm gonna send you an image. Imagine if you were riding a lawnmower or like a tractor or some shit, and you were just cutting the wheel to the right and you were doing a donut because you like to spin because it's just fun. That's the way the tractor works. Let's say even it wasn't like funny. You were cutting your yard in a certain circular pattern or something. Let's say, for example, if you kept driving in that circle over and over and over and over and over again, and the weight of the tractor pushed the dirt down and down and down and down and down, and it cut deeper and deeper into the earth. And then all of a sudden, you got to take your tractor into the shop or something, or you need to, cut a different acre that you just bought or something, or God forbid you have to get off the fucking land and now the dirt is like 6 feet deep. How hard is it going to be to get your tractor out of there as opposed to the ground not even being compressed? This is the message, guys, because I'm sure you see the symbol, but let's listen to this. The chains of habit are too light to be felt until they're too strong to be broken. So I implore you to get fucking serious. For real. What you're not changing, you're fucking choosing. And sometimes it might not seem that deep, that serious, because we're getting by. Our needs are met. Living a comfortable life. Are you here for comfort, complacency, or are you here for a great, fulfilling life? Do you want to live life to the fullest, or do you just want to sit on your laurels? That's the fucking question I got for y'all. A lot of you lie to your fucking face and my face, and I've had it. Before you lie, just be about that action. Talk is fucking cheap. Lies are fucking expensive. I'm done with the bullshit. Weak ass Saturn Taurus. I've fucking had it. Shit hurts my stomach, man. Liars make me fucking sick. Try not to be one of these weirdos. You have to be willing to be correctable and know that sometimes you can lie to yourself. Recognize that shit. Speak definitively. Speak with certainty. Speak objectively. You don't have to know everything. You're not meant to have all the answers, man, but know what you know and know it well. And be willing to learn always. We're not even at Mercury yet, man. Fuck. Mercury's opposing my Pluto. Can you guys feel that shit? I've had it with these motherfucking snakes on my motherfucking plane. Straight up. Fuck these bitches, man. Fuck them. Fuck them. I will not crash the plane, but I swear, man, I got a mind to dump these snakes off the plane. Or off with their head, man. I'm not getting bit. No. And I care about you, man, so I will never preach defensiveness to anybody. I think I said the wrong word, defenselessness. I will never preach defenselessness to anybody. Take care of yourself, man. Be strong so you can support the world and this family. You can serve way more people from a place of strength as opposed to weakness. A lot of people got the game all fucked up, man. And this is really a Uranus-Taurus conversation. A massive collective value shift is happening, man. So just be clear about what you want. What are you really valuing? What are you indulging in? What do you compromise with? Do you want to be stronger? Do you want to be weak? Do you want to be beautiful? Or do you want to be ugly? Make it make sense. Let your actions speak louder than words, okay? And then motherfuckers can argue with you. They can argue with themselves, but they can't argue with your goddamn result. And that's as far as it goes. I'm going to swear more often, man. It feels good to let my fire out. So it's not showing in this chart, but I want to tell you guys that Mars is conjunct to Eris. So what I've got circled here is the beginning of a new cycle, okay? And I encourage you guys to use your own software. Check this out. See it with your eyes too. Eris is hanging around 24 degrees of Aries. And Eris is a planet. Someone consider her dwarf, but regardless, she orbits our sun, and she's further than Pluto. There's more planets than we have here, just so you know, and they do matter. They do exist. They do vibrate. They do influence us, okay? And what's really fucking crazy about astrology, guys, is that humanity is unable to perceive a planet until we're ready. to integrate the consciousness of that being. Life is really real, y'all. So now that we know that Eris exists, we are required to work with her energy. And what the fuck is Eris? Let me just tell you right off the rip, guys. And if you want to know more about Eris, watch the video me and my girlfriend made about Eris and the moon, and it'll really hit home. But Eris is the goddess of strife. That's the story. And this archetype was given to the planet because of congruence. What does that mean? Eris fucks shit up, dude. Straight up. This is the one who willfully seeks battle. While Mars is the god of war, our masculine energy, aggression, dominance, this is the feminine Mars. This is Mars's sister. She willfully seeks battle. She likes to cause chaos. And while we're having this Saturn conversation this week, which is all about order, all about structure, I want to remind you guys, life doesn't exist in a vacuum, neither do these fucking planets. So while you may prioritize / value order, you can't fucking have order without chaos. Think about it. How could you recognize order without chaos? And how could you recognize chaos without order? Period. It goes no further. These are antithetical ideas. So you need to have 1 foot in chaos, 1 foot in order to really maximize your growth in this life, okay? Intrinsic motivation. What do you want to do and why are you doing it? Follow the road of your higher self, guys. Sober, fit, enlightened, and rich. Those are the gifts. You guys will never hear me advocate for being addicted, out of shape, stupid, and broke. Get strong in this life, man. This is going to be the best week of your fucking life. I tell you what. Whether you realize it or not, every week of your life is the best week of your life. It's your job to see it that way, okay? So just know that if this sounds really angry, Mars is conjunct to Eris. My Eris is well aspected. I digress. I love myself. I'm a Leo, Sun in Mercury. I could say fuck the planets and I would just tell you about my chart, you know, because I am the solar system. I encourage you to see yourself that way too, okay? Let's reel it back in. We skipped Mercury, guys. I don't think we skipped it really, man. There's a, you see, this is what I'm talking about, chaos. Part of my mind wants to be Saturn, but the other part needs to be Eris. It's all good. We can do both. We can be flexible. We can be Gemini this time. So let's talk about the moon before we talk about Mercury. Let's have some form of structure. So while this week is going to be fun, exciting, and really about building Saturn Sun week, the moon is mooning like it always does. But what I mean more specifically, guys, is major lunation. So let me show you. Today, as I'm filming, the moon will be in Taurus, and that's all right. Pardon me. You hear that the moon rules Taurus, like this is a great place for the moon to be, and it's not wrong. The moon can be great anywhere, but that means Tuesday, the moon will cross over Uranus, and that just means that the vibe is kind of unstable. The vibe is about accelerating, ascending, breaking free, rebelling even, casting off the chains that bind us. And some people aren't going to fucking like that, guys. And pay attention, because this is a mundane astrology report. I'm giving you guys the vibrations, but this shit will model and mimic and mirror the news and the current events and everything that fucking happens, guys. There's going to be a need for freedom this week on Tuesday. But Thursday is really what I was wanting to call attention to. The sun conjunct the moon. So it's really going to be Thursday in the morning if you are in the northern hemisphere. I should say not the northern, but the western hemisphere. So check it out, guys. We're going to have a new moon this week, and that's a new beginning. So 16 degrees of Gemini, and that's a stellium as well. You got the sun and the moon conjunct to Venus, guys. Good things are happening. I don't know how cold or dark it is in your life, man. I've went through hell in this life more times than I can count on my hands. And I make no attempt to exaggerate, y'all. I've wanted to end this life more than I can count on my hands, truly. And like I told you before, if you made it this far, man, this is not the first time I've thought that, felt that, and I've made it through that choice before and had to come right the fuck back, guys. But the beautiful thing here, guys, is that no matter how beautiful or disgusting or hard your life has been, a lot of good things are coming. You create your life, so that's up to you to do. But the blessing here is the new moon conjunct Venus. So a new moon is the new cycle. As you can see in the purple dot, the sun and the moon are joining up like they do every 29 days to begin the lunar cycle. And that plants a seed in the universe. But more specifically, a seed on our planet, the dark moon. And whatever intentions, whatever energy, whatever actions, impulses, emotions, words even that we evoke during this time will be placed into the world to germinate and grow throughout the cycle. 2 weeks after this, guys, you will see the full moon. And that's lit. And that's going to be full moon in. So I'm not going to say it's either going to be Sag or Cap, because we got the sun at the last degree of. Well, I can say it. Let me just take a second. I can figure it out for y'all. Yeah, it'll be Capricorn, because by the time the moon gets into the full opposition, the sun will already be in Cancer. It's going to be solstice. So guys, this is an interesting month in the sense that the solstice will start on a full fucking moon, guys. Big fucking changes are coming. Lilith will be at her anaretic degree. Lilith is moving pretty fucking soon. We'll talk more about that later, guys, because again, this is a week in the future. Let me run it back. Okay, I'm in June. Okay, boom. Yeah, let me go back to where we were. The new moon chart. You can manifest anything in this life, y'all. Trust me. You can even manifest things that shouldn't exist, like the Holocaust. So be wise, be intentional with your life, and then all of your true intentions will manifest. And that's the key, guys. Don't fucking lie to yourself. Love does not equal lies, and lies don't equal love. And I've been receiving this question for years, and I got it again this week. How do you find your true purpose? You got to really just think about the words you're asking, because I know a lot of people want to know. I think everybody needs to know. Not everybody wants to know. But if you truly want to know your true purpose, think about what true means. It's honest, it's real, it's subjective. And what does purpose mean? Intention, motivation, desire. What are your true motivations in this life, guys? Embrace your desires. Some of your impulses will be bad. Some of the choices you make will be considered mistakes, but you learn from them and you grow, you integrate them. And this is the concept of evolution, guys. The sacred flame that burns within your soul directs your energy and your impulses, and it manifests from there. And do remember, we come into this world naked, cold, scared, and afraid, and we have to grow and build and overcome. And it's that primal, no holds barred fight for existence that brought us to this moment in human evolution where we are atop the totem pole, no longer fighting the food chain. So we've basically overcome most of our animalistic urges and natures. And we've ascended to the plane of mentality, thought form, idea, spirituality, cosmic apotheosis, whatever the fuck you want to call it. We have the ability to reach enlightenment, but why the fuck don't we act in alignment with our best knowledge? Because we've yet to surrender our separating desires. And that's really the key, guys, is that a lot of motherfuckers take this shit personally. A lot of motherfuckers are not fully committed to life, and that's why they suck. Okay? It's the external locus of control, the external motivation factors that make you think that the world is supposed to hand you something. Get after it. Align your vibration with the shit that you want, man. I mentioned this earlier with the sun trailing Venus all week, but especially when this new moon hits, guys, don't fucking neglect your needs. Don't fucking neglect your needs. Jesus fucking Christ will not save you. You have to save you. Fuck your religion, fuck your weak-ass ideologies, fuck your thought forms, fuck your beliefs, fuck anything that's not moving you forward objectively. Leave that shit for the birds. But when it talks about manifesting whatever, what could come, it's up to you, man. But with the significations, you may see deeper love with this cycle. You may see new people come into your life. If you're single, this might be time for you to get in a relationship, things of that nature. But new moon Venus is new money, new income streams, new ways to get paid, new things to create. Get excited, guys. Life can be fun if you allow it to be. And that's really the Sun square Saturn and the Venus square Saturn message, is that you got to learn how to have fun now, man. No matter how serious it gets, you have to enjoy your life at some time. Choose to be in the spirit of joy. Like, just happy to be alive, even if you're struggling, even if you're watching this video from prison or in an abusive household, or you're running a business and that shit is eating at you and stressing you the fuck out, or you got a family and you got to provide for the world, or whatever the fuck it is that's got you stressed out. Choose to enjoy life. Choose to have fun this world, this time. Okay? Nobody can make that choice for you. And that's the beauty of it, guys. So lock in. I'm just looking at these aspects for the new moon. And what I'm also seeing is that there's some sesquiquadrats to Pluto. And these are challenging. When we look at aspects, I want to let you guys know this is harmonic resonance. We're seeing how the planets that vibrate, how they resonate with each other, how that sounds. And for instance, you know, a trine or a sextile, more of the more shapely aspects might sound like hitting a nice chord on the piano and like, wow, that was a G, this was an E, and this is ringing and vibrating good. The sesquiquadrat is more like just take your fist and just slam it on the piano. And what does that sound like? Not really music, right? So that's kind of what it's giving. What is Pluto? Pluto's your motherfucking soul. Pluto's the great revealer, the mass exodus. This is the shit that governs our evolutionary purpose on a collective level. Pluto and Aquarius. And something's got to give, man. Ascension is the only solution. Evolution. All right? Be willing to change, or the change will be made for you. And this also just tells me that restraint will be necessary as well. And that goes a little deeper than just the self-control thing, like the Sun Saturn thing. Selective blindness, guys. Selective blindness. This can be a good thing. Could be a terrible thing. But I encourage you to use these energies to the best of your ability. This just says that the cycle we're about to be entering, guys, has everything to do with power. Finding power and freedom through your mind so we can empower the people. You have to turn a blind eye to the fuckery. Learn how to observe and not absorb as well, okay? See what that does for you. Not everybody's your friend. Not everybody's your family. While we all are one, not everybody can rise above the illusion of separation. And these people will become your enemies when you choose to live through love and unity. And you may not have chosen to fight. Maybe you didn't want any fucking enemies. My spirit guide said, talk that shit, bro, because this is what you need to fucking hear. You can't fight the good fight if you don't know your enemies, guys. If you don't want to fight, you should be fighting harder than anybody in the world if you really fucking care. Bullshit. That's the word that my heart wants to say. Fuck the bullshit. Fuck the lies. Be very clear about why you're here and what you're going to do. Be intentional with everything. Messages are everything. Take this from my Pluto in the third house, guys. You're always communicating messages, even if you're a quiet, soft-spoken, reserved, or even mute person. The way that you stand communicates the message. The way that you breathe communicates the message. The way that you perceive life communicates a message, and nobody sees how you perceive innately until you express something. So I'm telling y'all, what's your message to the world? Figure that shit out. I have many messages, of course, guys, but if you want to hear my one message to the world, you can create anything. So why do you stress so fucking much? Damn. All right, so that's the new moon. And I hope that makes you feel better because good things are coming. You create your life. Or if you either like to suffer and you want to create bullshit, or you forget that you create your life. Either way it goes. We better turn up, Fire Family. Let's go. So Mercury is in the sign of Gemini this week, all week. And that's cool. Mercury's home. What is Mercury? Mercury is the planet that governs our intellect. It governs our thought, our mentality, our attitude, our communication style, the powers of perception. All right. Mercury starts this week in a conjunction with Jupiter. And that's a lot to think about. That's like a wind tunnel, vast, expansive, and analytical. The definition of overthinking, getting on your own fucking nerves. But I will say, it's far better to overthink as opposed to underthink, because ignorance is not fucking blissful. Curse whoever fucking said that shit. Because that shit's not fucking true. It can be true in some ways because you see a lot of stupid, happy people. But here's my point, guys. The things that you don't know can absolutely hurt you. Are you wanting to be on camera, Mirage? Or do you just want to interrupt? You're welcome to join. All right. Well, the things that you don't know can hurt you. And it takes a long fucking time, guys, to undo the harm that we cause unconsciously. So run that shit back and listen to that again. It can take a long fucking time to undo the harm that we cause unconsciously. So ignorance is not blissful. It's absolutely not. In a world full of information, guys, here's my point. I have so many points. Ace of Swords, motherfucker. I should just become an Aquarius, become the King of Swords. If you're listening to my message right now, guys, if you're on the World Wide Web internet, you have too much information to have any excuses at all. Period. And trust me, guys, you're still getting the good cop today. I know there's some Mars energy here, but you're still getting the good cop. Trust and understand that. All right. You got too much opportunity to make any excuses. Period. God hates hearing your bullshit. So shut the fuck up or make a change. Or just start liking to suffer. Just be a slave. Why don't you? Be a victim to your circumstance and like it. And quit complaining. That's not the message you want to hear, right? So be better. I still think I suck. I'm fully committed to being better every single day, y'all. I don't hate you, even though I have all this aggression giving this message. So Mercury is going to Mercury all fucking week, guys. And one thing I want to say about Mercury and Gemini is that this adds speed to our lives. Remember this, understand this, integrate this information from this transit. Shit will pick up the pace. I mentioned this earlier briefly when it came to my life. Pluto Sagittarius. If you happen to be one of these people, just know that all this Gemini energy is going to oppose your Pluto through the month of Gemini, or all the transits of Gemini. The year of Jupiter Gemini, you're going to have a Jupiter Pluto opposition. And that's going to say you're going to really have to stand up and give something. Recognize that power is a gift, and like you're not being bullied by the universe. Like you want strength, here's your pain. You're fucking welcome. Bitch, disrespectfully, grow the fuck up. Weak ass babies, man. Full fucking grown adults. Are you fucking kidding me? So try not to get too far ahead of yourself. When Mercury's in Gemini, slow the fuck down. Bring your presence into the moment. Be where you are, okay? Be where you are. Don't be 10 steps ahead. You have to plan. It's important to know the 10th step that you want to take, but dude, you're not even going to get to step 3 until step 2 is done. So here's the point. Here's the metaphor. Here's the image I love, the saying. Set your goals in stone, write your plans in the sand. The biggest lie we tell ourselves as people is that we're going to know what we want tomorrow. Tomorrow never comes, okay? So the best thing you can do is look for patterns, know yourself, do your best. Be prepared for change. Be ready to change before you're forced to change. because I'm an optimistic person, I've said before, change is always for the better, but I do want to correct myself. And I said that shit in a video a long time ago. Change is not always for the better. New and different isn't always good. But I'm saying just because the world is in a constant state of vibration, motion, if you're the I don't like type of change type of person, I don't like change type of person, life can get kind of fucking difficult for you, man. So it's Gemini energy, mutability, fluidity. That's the message. Okay. Learn to love that. And Jupiter and Mercury are going to be trine Pluto this week. So the gift is really in the mind. The gift is in your faith in life. The gift is in giving. If you can rise above whatever you got going on in your life just to see yourself as a powerful person worthy of contributing to the world, life will bless you. It's just time to admit, guys, the weak, scared, fearful, non-compliant part of your mind is not fit to lead your destiny. Shut that bitch the fuck up. Give him a job to do. Give her a job to do. Redirect that energy into something more useful, okay? So let's talk about Venus more specifically, because that's Mercury in its transit. And I think we basically get it. Talk your shit. Communicate. Write that shit down. There's so much to do. Use your mind. Leverage on the mental plane is a lot higher than the physical plane in vibration in terms of density. One thought can change your life, guys. How crazy is that? Your thoughts condition your feelings, which condition your actions. Changing your mind will change your life. And that's Mercury Gemini. And I feel like I've been wanting to say this, and I feel like other things have come out of my mouth. If I'm repeating this, my good. Because I've been holding this intention. I'm not too sure. This might be the first time I've said this on this video, but I do want to say Mercury is a dual sign. Or I'm sorry, Gemini is a dual sign. Mercury in Gemini talks about the trickster, puzzles, paradoxes. Elegua, the dude with the red and black hat, walks down the street. Half the people say that dude had a black hat. Half the people said he had a red hat. Well, it had both fucking colors, and it was split down the middle. Paradox, confusion. Sometimes life will play tricks on you so you can learn. Remember that shit, man. If you don't see that in the season of Gemini, you're going to feel like life is just berating you and bullying you and just trying to make you feel stupid. Sometimes you need a good riddle and a good puzzle. And once again, for my Pluto Sag, even if you're not a Pluto Sag, but for my motherfuckers going through existential crisis, just trust me and believe and know this beyond your convictions. You're not supposed to have everything figured out, dude. Life would be totally meaningless if you just had all the knowledge, omnipotence, omnipresence. God could never create the things that you do because what is God? Nothing. Endless void. So you come into being in this form to teach God something. Now wrap your head around that. So Venus is in Gemini, and that's a beautiful mind, beautiful perceptions, and learning to love your voice. Take a deep breath really quick, guys, and feel the energy of life fill your body. Feel your body. Take an even deeper breath now. Pay attention to how you feel. As your lungs expand, as you deepen your breath, as you fill your body with the life that air is, where are your blockages? Is it your heart? Is it your throat? Is it your solar plexus, your sacral, your root, your crown, your third eye, your soul star, your earth? Where the fuck are the blockages, man? The only way you're going to remove blockages is by moving the energy. I see a lot of people in this world, and I speak from experience, going too fucking fast, too anxious, too mentally strung. They don't even breathe right. Posture and breathing are inextricably linked. Just trying to find the word. I'm flexing my Gemini today, man, but I am trying to make as much sense as possible, and I believe I'm succeeding. Inextricably linked means you can't separate posture and breathing. They're connected. That's what I mean. Could have saved a lot of time by saying they're connected, right? Think about it this way, guys. If your spine is like a tree and breath goes up and down the channels, you know what happens if you're slouched over like the Hunchback of Notre Dame or like a New York subway rat? Surprise, surprise, you can't breathe as fucking better, as well, as gooder, as swag, as a motherfucker like me who's breathing from the base of their spine, from the earth chakra. And I think I suck at breathing. So riddle me that. How am I breathing better than you? Quit smoking, y'all. This is the best thing I did for myself this year. The coughing, the hacking, that's like message number one from your body. I hate this shit. And again, it's not what you're doing, it's how you're doing it. I never would have started smoking in the first place if it didn't give me some perceived benefit. But the way you break addiction is realizing that you're suffering, that there's a reason for you to want to escape something. There's no value in addiction, guys. Trust me. No fucking value in addiction. So address the root causes of suffering and replace your habits with better habits. Keep ascending. Venus Gemini needs you to love the air, love your mind, and love the way that you communicate. Honor the truth. Spirit says go to Mars. Y'all get the picture. Let's go to Mars now. So Mars is in Aries for a little bit. So we start this week again on the 4th, and Mars is at 26 degrees of Aries. And on Sunday, we're going to have Mars move into Taurus. So we do have some action going on. We do have some ingress, egress, either way you want to see it. Coming or going, Mars is in motion. So Mars, they were marked. What does Mars represent? Masculine energy. We already kind of talked about this. Jump the gun or whatever the fuck you want to call it. How we direct our energy, how we aim at our goals, the nature of our desires. So Mars in Aries is raw primal existence, period. And you could take time to reflect on it, guys, but I could also just say that the nature of Mars in Aries for the last month or so has been dominance, passion, pursuit of the new, a burst of new life. So you may see yourself getting kind of frustrated sometimes too with this energy. A need to compete, a need to aggress / pursue, to move forward in your life. Spontaneity is the key for Mars and Aries. And you may have heard Mars is home here. So if you happen to have Mars here in your chart, just know that it's sitting in its domicile. So what that basically means is that this is the most natural way for Mars to be. This is the most congruent way to act, is just instantaneously off impulse. How do wolves survive? How do bugs survive? How do plants survive? How do they grow and thrive? Instinct. Okay? Trust your instincts. Mars represents vital force. This can even be our sexuality. So when it comes to Mars and Aries, there's new energy in our sexual urges. And that just means some people doing impulsive, stupid shit. Some people really embracing their sexuality, exploring their sexuality, growing sexually, pursuing power, getting it into the gym. And I don't mean sex. But for some of y'all freaks, go have fun, man. Just be smart, man. I'm not trying to condone that shit, bro. If you got a private gym at your house, you know, you serve no risk of indecent exposure. But that's not what this fucking video is about. Let me move the fuck on. This Mars is in the 8th house. Good Lord. So Mars is going to move into Taurus, y'all. And what does that mean? Sunday, we're going to switch gears and we're really going to slow the fuck down a little bit. The intentions, which is Mars, is going to be to indulge, to receive, to be good, all the Taurus energy. So Mars takes about 3 to 4 weeks to transit a sign when it's going fully direct. Or I should say like maybe 3 to 6 weeks. It really depends. But if it's going retrograde, you can see Mars sit in a sign for months on end. So Mars is going to be in Taurus until July 21st, give or take. So, we've got all the rest of June and we've got most of July for Mars Taurus. So that's the reference point. And this is really going to be about considering your true needs, guys. That's going to be a theme. I hope you don't get sick of this shit, because having your needs met actually feels really good. So I hope that you can stomach this message over and over and over again. There should be no reason to reject this message, truly. Do understand that while Mars ingresses into Taurus out of Aries, we will have the Mars-Pluto square, guys. And this is like a volcanic eruption. Embrace your aggression now so you don't explode on Sunday. Okay? I'm telling y'all, because we're going to have the Saturn Sun square, perfect, and the Mars-Pluto square starting at the same day, guys. Shit is going to hit the fan this week, and the strong will survive. Only the strong will survive. A lot of these weak motherfuckers are about to be phased out in some way, shape, or form, okay? Mars in Taurus talks about strengthening our will, and we will be talking about this for over a month. So get excited, guys. This narrative will not change. It will only expand. Strengthening your will, being steadfast, hard body, hard soul. Almost put the words together. I'm so fucking fast. And maybe give yourself permission to slow the fuck down. I can't fucking wait for Mars in Taurus. Because all this other energy, I'm like, can we please get on with it, fam? Mars in Taurus is going to be lit. And that's going to be the true desire to indulge. Technically, guys, Mars is in its detriment in Taurus, which would say that it's halfway across the wheel from its home, okay? In Scorpio. Mars, the planet of aggression and desire, loves Scorpio because it's fixed water. It's unchanging emotions. That's obsession. That's full pursuit. That's focus, okay? And we've got Taurus on the other hand. This is more just about comfort and being grounded and stable. So the worst thing that you could do now is to be truly fucking lazy. Lazy has its benefits, but just remember that your obligation is discipline and evolution, moving yourself forward. And that looks different for everybody. And don't assume that your life is like mine. Okay? Translate this into your own life. You know what better looks like for you. It might not be the same as me. Don't fucking lie to yourself, okay? And there can be great benefits from the trait of laziness if you really embrace it with honesty. Some of us don't like to work. Some of us don't like to do hard things. So if you don't like to do hard things, man, embrace that desire. Use that mentality. Use your mind. Some of you guys hate Bill Gates, and I don't give a damn, but I know Bill Gates is more successful than most of you guys will ever be. Bill Gates founded Microsoft. Bill Gates is the reason you can fucking watch this video for a lot of you guys. A lot of us. I'm recording on a Windows. You get what I'm saying? Bill Gates says if he wants to get a job done right, he'll hire a lazy person to do it because they're going to find the fastest and easy way to do it. So that's Mars Taurus energy in a nutshell, y'all. Is like, is there a better way to do this shit? Is there a more logical, sensible, stable, productive way to pursue your desires? Are you reinventing the wheel? Can you just get to the point? Are we overlooking the easy and the obvious because we assume shit should be hard? Let's not do that. It's worth the questioning, okay? And I'm going to say this again, because I know Mars and Aries, with it being more of a traditional congruence, Yeah, that's sexuality, sex drive, sexual expansion, but it's also going to be a theme for Mars and Taurus. I'm going to tell you that right now. Confirmation burp. Because I'm speaking through my heart, I'm reading through the stars. And Taurus is pleasure. And that's what Mars wants this week. And it's going to want that shit all month till mid-July. Damn, so I'm going to be hitting my solar return under Mars Gemini. That's fun. I'm not gonna waste you guys' time, but I genuinely want to study that shit right now and look at my solar return transits a little bit better. But you usually hear this as an insult or like a front. Go fuck yourself. I'm not trying to be rude. I'm saying that gently, compassionately, with love. Some of y'all don't know shit about your own dick or your own pussy. So go figure that shit out, man. Slow the fuck down and learn how to have fun. You don't need a partner to do that shit. Slow down, breathe deeper. Like I'm repeating the message again, but some of y'all already forgot. Like slow the fuck down, breathe deeper, bring the energy from the bottom to the top, extend your limits. Who knew I was going to teach y'all how to masturbate? And I had a download today, dude. Mental masturbation. I know no books with this title. And I was thinking, and we're going to go here now, guys. Jupiter moved into Gemini not too long ago. And Jupiter takes about 1 year to move through each sign of the zodiac. In other words, it has a 12-year orbit. And I was saying this over the weekend because I was sitting at the authors table at Pagan Picnic and meeting a bunch of authors and, meeting a bunch of cool people in the community. And I was just thinking, like, I do have one book here that I wrote, but I bet after 1 year of Jupiter Gemini, the way this shit's working, next year at the authors table, I have like 3 good books, or I'll have like 200 little shitty books. So, like, either way it goes, I'm about to chop wood and carry water, y'all. And I bet you are too. The mind is racing, fam. And that's Jupiter Gemini energy. And we could talk about this all year. We will. The further you go from the sun, the more complex, deep, and overarching the archetypes are. Do you guys see how much more clear I can articulate my thoughts when I'm not high as fuck? You see what I'm saying? Sober, fit, enlightened, and rich. That's the way to go. Those are the gifts. Shout out Shiki Chic, man. You gotta approve of those who are better than you and be willing to learn. I ain't shit, bro. The only reason I'm so cool is because I know how to be inspired. Mr. Meyer knows how to be inspired. Simplified magic coming soon, y'all. I'm gonna teach you guys how to be magic. Jupiter Gemini says that what you have to share is ideas. I'm trying to get on your own nerves, man, because when you have a thought or an observation, this will most likely give you the potentiality of questions. You guys ever been to school? This feels like classroom right now, but you might have been this kid or you might have seen this kid in school where the teacher is teaching and they just, like Albert Einstein, just, well, what does that mean? Well, how come that? Just how little kids are, why is the sky blue? Because chemicals or whatever. What are chemicals? Chemicals are, components of life. And it's like, a kid will just never stop asking you fucking questions, man. And then it's like, you might be inclined to just say, like, it doesn't fucking matter. We're all gonna die, kids. Shut the fuck up. Fuck them kids, man. But Jupiter, did I get away from the point? I don't think so, man. Jupiter is the biggest planet, guys. So just understand when you're looking at this is really how we're growing. It's the most expansive and benevolent and big force. I think a lot of you guys know this, but I'm speaking a little bit more cosmological and specific just for those that are new to this, guys. Jupiter and Saturn look almost opposite. That's why I'm circling them both. While Jupiter expands, Saturn contracts. And if you followed up to this point already, you understand Saturn's energy. And just know that Jupiter is basically the best friend of Saturn. These both govern growth. They both govern growth bars. So Jupiter is going to have us expanding through the mind, and Saturn is going to have us contracting and building through the spirit. Okay. And what this also will show, guys, is that at some point in the year, not too soon, it'll be in a minute, but Jupiter will square Saturn, and you're going to have to be committed to growth at that point, or else life is going to drag you through the mud. So I'm glad you hear this now. Jupiter Gemini is going to make you ask a lot of questions. Jupiter is really how we see higher meaning in this life, how we see divine order. Spirituality is governed by Jupiter, guys. So just understand, if you go through a year of Jupiter Gemini without an existential crisis, you're fucking lost and you're not actually alive. You're a zombie. You're not receiving the actual energy of life. Jupiter Gemini will hurt your head sometimes, man, because your mind is expanding. Get fucking excited. This is a good thing. Jupiter blesses us. Jupiter gives us good things. All right. It's growth. On the contrary, I will say Jupiter doesn't really give a fuck about limitations. So sometimes the issue with Jupiter is that we may go into extremes or go too far. And I know for a fact, it's 111 as I say this, and my analytics show this shit. It's a fact. A lot of motherfuckers checked out and did not make it to this point in the video because they said Mark's saying too much. He doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about. They couldn't stand this fucking energy. You get me? And maybe I did. But also at the same time, I speak with conviction, firmness, and definitude. Is that a word? Fuck it. I understand what I'm talking about. So that's the point. And if I'm wrong, I'm correctable. I don't give a fuck. I give so much of a fuck, I'm willing to speak my truth without fear because I know I will be okay. Even if I put my, in 52 weeks, how many times have I said something completely wrong? More times than I can count on my hands. I be rewatching all my videos so I can receive what I'm sending. And sometimes I say some dumb shit or I'm thinking so fucking fast. I know what I'm talking about, but I don't explain it correctly. And then I'm just like, wow, I just confused a bunch of people. Holy fucking shit. Isn't that crazy? Not fun. But that's how you grow. That's how you learn. Okay, gang. So Jupiter will be transiting Gemini, trine Pluto, and there's a need to expand. There's a need to evolve, need to transform. Pluto's retrograde, y'all. So I'm saying this to say that the shit that you were avoiding like 6 fucking months ago, it's time to get on that shit, dude. It's time to really lock the fuck in and go deep, go long. It's time for the journey. It's time for the travel. Solstice is coming, guys. Use these next couple weeks to really plan it out and get that fucking action. Don't waste. Haste makes waste, but waiting is way worse than taking some action at all. Like I said earlier, don't let perfect be the enemy of good, y'all. Just make sure you're embracing the vision and moving towards it, pursuing your goals. If you have no goals, start there. If you have no goals, start there. Set goals, okay? So Jupiter is ruling over Saturn, and Saturn is inching its way through Pisces, while Neptune is chilling out here too, guys. And I've about had it with the Pisces energy, if I'm just being honest, guys. On my South Node, I fucking love this shit, but I'm so tired of it. I'm so fucking tired of the Pisces energy. If I didn't have Jupiter here, man, I would hate it. But thank Jupiter. Saturn is what we're learning. It's our lessons, it's our restrictions, and this is our obligations, even our responsibilities. Say it with me, guys. Collective responsibilities. Collective responsibilities. Yes, thank you for participating. This is what Saturn teaches us, guys. And we're getting the chance to learn something here. What are we learning? A whole bunch of shit. Everything, truly. Pisces is everything. It's the universal. So that's again why I said what I said. Like, if you don't have an existential crisis this year, you're asleep at the wheel. You're not actually living your life. Saturn Pisces wants us to really figure out the cosmology. Who is God? And what is God? And how is God? Should we love God or fear God? I'll let you decide. Which one empowers you more? Choose wisely. Pisces also reflects our emotions. The gift of empathy, feeling others, transcending self is Pisces. So guys, the thing that you're seeing with Saturn Pisces, this is a 2 to 3 year transit, by the way, about 2.5 years. For the last year and a half and a little bit over a year in the future, God or the universe or the material world wants us to transcend self, but it's not how we do it. Bro, slow down. It's not what we do, it's how we do it. It's technically both. Intention matters, but also the road to hell was paved with good intentions. So riddle me that. Think about that. Are you really as good as you think you are? The problem right now is these fuckers think they're good people. It's like that. Compassion, empathy, and conscience. These are the gifts of Pisces. And Saturn asks us to have appropriate limitations and boundaries on each in order for us to really have self-preservation, which is the first law of nature. In other words, self-destruction is the first crime of nature. Stop fucking hurting yourself. I don't know how or where that plays out, but let me remind you, sober, fit, enlightened, and rich are the gifts. Break your addictions. There's no value in addiction. There's no value in being out of shape. There's no value in having pounds and pounds and pounds of fat on your body that just sits on top of you and weighs you down. Fat is inert. And I'm about to flip this too. Don't think I'm body shaming people. Fuck no. You can't control fat with your mind. You can control muscle with your mind. I'm not telling you got to be a shredded fucking dickhead, but I'm saying, what's the value of being a frail, spineless human with no strength? No value whatsoever. That's what I mean when I say fitness. Embrace your body's temple. The body is the report card of the soul. It's your only possession. And that's liminal as well. So you better take the best care of it. What's the value in being stupid? And what's the value in being broke? No value in any of those things, y'all. Sober, fit, enlightened, and rich. This is the gift. Saturn Pisces wants you to take it seriously, okay? Let's talk about Uranus up here. Because everybody can perceive Saturn with our eyes. Not everybody can really have a deep philosophical understanding of this like we do and follow this train of thought. But when it comes to Uranus, Neptune, Pluto, even more so, guys, not everybody wants to ascend. A lot of people just pretend and then they descend. And some people aren't even pretending. They just want to cause chaos and they just want to fuck the world up and they don't really want to unify this world or they don't want to help other people. Some people, and this is something somebody needs to hear. People are scared to admit this. I speak from experience. Others can verify this as well. There are souls that exist in reality with the sole purpose of causing harm to other souls. Don't be anything like these fuckers. You have the consciousness to choose. That's a discussion for another video, but I'm just going to say and continue. You have the consciousness to choose, okay? Uranus represents the individuation process, meaning freedom, deconditioning, changing, evolving even. Pluto really is evolving, but I'm saying this now because Pluto is being ruled by Uranus. Evolution is the only solution, guys. Stop regressing. You have to know yourself and you have to embrace your true needs, guys. Taurus is needs. Venus is needs. Uranus elevates the vibration of anything that it touches. So you need to live a better life. Simply. How do you do that? The answer will be different for everybody, of course, but things I could say that blanket across every person: sleep well, eat well, drink good water, love yourself, Appreciate yourself. Be honest. Involve yourself with your community. Uranus and Taurus has been here for a minute, guys. The further you go, the slower the planet moves across the sun, or around the sun, I could say. So what I really see and have been seeing for the years of Uranus Taurus, so many of us feel disconnected from each other, disconnected from Earth. I don't usually read the Schumann resonance or the solar flares or the seismic activity, but I hear from it. So take this with salt, because I'm not using my own intellect. I'm repeating what I've heard, but I've heard that a lot of those things are going off the fucking charts, so they're just a lot higher. Like the archetypes themselves says that the frequency of Earth, Taurus, would be going up. So we can't wait for Uranus and Gemini, can we? I'm excited for it, is what I mean. I'm seeing that as far as the collective goal, the responsibility, the requirement, ascend, evolve, like we talked about, but do your best to find peace and comfort and calm amidst the calamity, the fuckery, and the chaos. Even if it's just one shred, one space within your own soul that gives you comfort, revel in that. Guys, life can be beautiful. Life can be amazing. It can be a true miracle, but it can also be hell on earth, man. It can be suffering. It can be pain. It can be isolation, disconnection, disillusionment. So I'm telling you guys, even if you're living the most fucked up life right now and experiencing the worst, you can find comfort within your own soul. And that's what's required right now. Don't run. Embrace it. Own your spot. Stay obstinate. Don't be moved. Embrace divine will. Let your higher self direct your steps. Because a lot of us are waking up with Uranus and Taurus. The environment itself is spurring our individuation. And that just means that, holy fuck, I'm learning myself more and more. It's like I don't even know myself in the past. It's like I don't even recognize the person I am right now because I'm nothing like who I used to be. That's this energy. And as you elevate, you disconnect from the past, the paradigms, and the people in your environment. And then the challenge, and this is how we talk about the stages of individuation. The first stage, the second stage, the third stage. And let's be clear, guys, if you haven't individuated, you're still in the consensus. And there's stages to consensus. All right. But one of the issues with consensus is people break free from the limitations, but they're too scared to re-enter society. And these are the armchair revolutionaries. These are the enlightened gurus, the preachers who just pretend, but definitely fucking descend. Let your results speak louder than your words, y'all. Get fucking rich. There's nothing spiritual about poverty. Quite the fucking opposite. Poverty is hell. Poverty is demonic. Get fucking rich. But here's the thing, guys. Money is just energy. Money is just a tool of exchange. So if you're a good person, money affords you more to do good with. If you're a shitty person, money affords you more to be cruel with. So just remember, money only solves money problems, and it won't solve character liabilities. So get your shit together before you start expanding. Really develop consistency and correct your character liabilities before you start putting your lifelong dreams into practice, man. Some of us are receiving assignments and have no time to catch up, and we just got to do it today. Embrace that shit, man. Opportunity strikes when it's ready, not when you are. Okay? Remember that. Spirit, is there anything else you want me to say about Uranus and Taurus? Forgive your mom. She's making you so mad, Mark. And that's for me personally, but somebody else needs to say that shit as well. Is that, you know, Uranus being the future, embracing a better tomorrow. Sometimes the past seems super fucking painful. And it just makes no sense that they couldn't see better in the past. But that's just how growth works. So Yep. Let's talk about Neptune. So Neptune is the higher Venus. Uranus is the higher Mercury. Pluto's the higher Mars. Octaves, levels to this shit, man. And Neptune really reflects the culture, guys. And I'm so fucking tired of this hypnotic spell that's got my people bludgeoning themselves to death and not recognizing the love in each other. Neptune is home for Pisces. And this will just say that, this is the best of times and the worst of times, y'all, for real. Where a lot of us are naturally experiencing transcendence. And Neptune, with it having about 150-ish year cycle, 13 years, give or take, for each sign. So Neptune's been in Pisces for a long fucking time, y'all. So long, most of us don't even really notice these effects. And this will reflect the mass spiritual awakening that's happening in our world. And that's cool. But what I'm really seeing, and I'm a Martian person. My name is fucking Mars, guys. Mark. And what that means is sever, remove. You cannot master growth without mastering severance. And the problem with Neptune and Pisces is motherfuckers are high as hell, stupid and lost, delusional as fuck, blinded by the light. And let me reel it back and make it make more sense, because I'm sure you guys can see what I'm saying already, but let me be more apt and specific. Pisces is emotions once again. We got Saturn up here making this shit way more real. So what I'm seeing is that our society is suffering from an abundance of feminine energy. And listen to me carefully before you try to judge what I'm saying. Some people really suck at listening. The divine masculine and feminine energies are meant to coexist in harmony. One is not better than the other. Okay? But what I'm seeing is the world is evolving. There's never been a time like before. We have more resources than ever before. We have more prosperity than ever before. We have unprecedented issues, and they're terrifying to look at. But by and large, it really strikes me as too much feminine energy. And let me spit a phrase to you guys, and this should triangulate a little bit better. Bad times create strong people. Facts. And then strong people will create good times. Facts. And then good times will create weak people. And then weak people will create bad fucking times. And then the cycle perpetuates itself into infinity. And what I'm really seeing, guys, right now is good times creating weak fucking people and weak people creating bad fucking times. Like Benjamin Netanyahu. And this is beyond politics, man. I'm just talking about the prime minister of Israel condoning bombing, drone strikes, the slaughter of innocent people when we could have a ceasefire and no war. When you give power to a weak person, they do cruel things with it. Not cool, cruel things. When you give power to strong fucking people, they protect others. So I hope that just drove home. Free Palestine and free the Israelis that are also suffering needlessly because of this. It's beyond politics, man. It's about the human fucking race. It's about letting life exist at all. I'm just seeing that we have so much resources, man. We haven't been shown how to be strong. We haven't been shown how to fucking care. A lot of us fake our empathy and compassion because we just want to seem like we're with the times. Social desirability bias, man. Social desirability bias, meaning a lot of people just want to do what everybody else is doing because they want to be not wrong. But instead of really being right, they just want to masquerade. So, like, if I gave you a survey and said, "Are you racist?" What would you be inclined to say? Yes or no? Of course, everybody would try to say, yeah. Some people would really be honest about it, but I'm telling you, not by and large, but by and large, people would probably say no. But the facts of the matter is, man, that actions speak a lot louder than words, and a lot of those racist motherfuckers will lie to you. A lot of people say they care about the world, they want to make a change, but they do fuck all and nothing. There's 4 types of action in this life, guys, and this is really going to segue us into the Pluto North Node discussion, because this is the bottom line of every chart that you ever fucking read. Evolution in time and space, Pluto and the nodes. I just gave you guys the key. If you don't want them, fuck off. For real. There's 4 types of action. You can either take normal amounts of action. That's what everybody's doing. You can take massive amounts. You can go above and beyond, set a better example for other people, or you could retreat, run the other way, or you could do nothing. And those are the 4 options: massive, normal, retreat, or nothing. And the key here to note, all 4 levels take energy. I got the sun transiting my 10th house, man. Shout out to Grant Cardone, 10X Rule. Read that book. The only difference between success and failure, the 10X Rule. A lot of people severely underestimate their abilities, and then they underestimate their potential, and they suffer immensely from setting subpar targets. Is it possible that you have far more potential, talent, and power than you realize? Is it even likely at all? If it's even slightly possible, it's absolutely worth looking into, man. You're far better than you think you are. If you can stand my energy, if you made it this point in the video and you weren't repulsed from this message, this says that you pretty much suffer from not seeing yourself correctly, negative self-image. So choose to see yourself better. I can say this because I know this in myself, all right? So the North Node, let's talk about this shit, man. Let's talk about Pluto and the North Node. Pluto first. Kind of already talked about Pluto because it's being ruled over by Uranus, guys. 20 years of Pluto in Aquarius. And around September, Pluto will make its retrograde back to a Capricorn for a little bit. And that'll be the last Pluto Capricorn you'll see in your whole entire life, dude. For real. So the old is crumbling. Times are changing. There will never be a time like this in the world. Again, a mass collective shift. I mean, that will happen in the future, but I'm telling you guys, this is unprecedented. That's my point. Pluto in Aquarius is evolving humanity. Our collective identity is evolving. And the 3D, 5D split is what I'm talking about. Some of you guys already know what I mean by rising above the illusion of duality, embracing duality, living in the world, being in the world, not of the world, so to speak. 3rd stage, individuated, talking about knowing yourself truly beyond the bullshit society tells you or that you picked up from the world, knowing yourself and giving that gift back to the world. Being a fucking leader, Pluto Aquarius, guys. Find freedom through the mind. You will never find freedom from your mind. All is mind. We've been talking about this shit for generations, man. I told you guys lifetimes ago. Everything is mind. The same substance you can perceive with your mind is what your mind is made out of. Everything is energy. So while the goal is to be up, to grow, to continue to evolve, just remember, guys, and don't get lost in the language. Get the principle from what I'm about to say. Don't get lost in the language. Descension is ascension. What I mean now, because you might have already got it, but I will have to explain because I don't want someone to get lost in this shit, man. What I mean is if you are on Earth, you are here to be on Earth. You feel me? Fuck this I want to go home bullshit. You are home. Quit escaping your fucking life. Sincerely, my 0-degree Neptune in Aquarius. You are home. The universe is your home. You might not like this environment. I implore you to care so much about this world, you will correct it. Be a part of the change. Join the ascendancy. And it all starts with action, definitive action. The North Node in Aries, which has been here for a while, y'all, but this is the goalpost, is take the fucking action. Take massive action. Try your best to live a balanced life, but honestly, fuck balance. How about we focus? If you have focus, you don't have balance. And if you have balance, you don't have focus. So fuck the balance, get focused. That's what the North Node is saying. We've had enough fucking balance. We have enough peace, had enough vanity and appearances. Let's fucking go. Let's move forward. Let's go after what we truly desire in this life. A better world, a better tomorrow, a better present. You're lying through your fucking teeth if you're saying that you've already manifested everything you want. If you're already done. It's okay to cross off every checklist and every goal. How good does that feel? I know that feeling. Isn't it the best feeling in the world when you really accomplish all your goals? Success is like air, guys. You need that shit to live. And while your last breath of air was vitally important, it's not nearly as important as the next one. So you're never done. This shit is forever. Even after you die, it doesn't fucking stop. Your life is eternal, guys. So make peace with that. You're going to be with you for a long fucking time. So you're going to have to learn how to love yourself and embrace yourself in any circumstance, shape, or form. And realize that you rock. Okay? So, well, I didn't say this at the beginning, and I usually do. Just note that this week is mostly a waning moon week until we hit Thursday. Then we start our new goals. So be ready to set intentions now. You should know what your goals are, man. If you don't have a target, you won't shoot. Life can be super easy, super fulfilling, and beautiful. Absolutely miraculous if you do 3 things, guys. Decide what you want, go the fuck after it, and choose to enjoy it. I love y'all from the bottom of my heart. I hope you understand that this is love and it's not hatred. A lot of people cannot tell the difference nowadays, and they will be fucking X'd out. You, on the other hand, you're pretty fucking dope. Take care of yourself. I love you.